Last-minute note?
Not really. Sort of an aid memoir for James for the meeting.
Let me get you a cup of coffee.
Thanks.
Milk and sugar?
Neither thanks.
You really as opposed to this takeover bid as you'd have us all believe?
Of course, isn't that obvious?
Oh, yes, perfectly obvious. It's almost too obvious, which is why I asked the question.
Thanks.
Did you know about this takeover bid before it happened? Was that why you bought back your father's mermaid shares so quickly?
No, I told you. It's a family business. I wanted it to remain that way.
Yes, of course. You worked for him once, didn't you? Freer, I mean.
Yes.
Is his business sense so awful that you feel the need to join battle with him now?
Well, no. In many ways, he's quite brilliant. I don't always approve of his methods. But you can't deny the result.
Then why are you so opposed to him?
I don't believe his influence would be good for the company.
For the company? Or for Avril Rolfe? I suspect that your objections may be more personal than you care to admit.
If you don't mind, David, I'll get on with these notes. The meeting's only an hour away.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. In circumstances like this, one has to be on one's guard against all eventualities.
Are you implying my attitude's biased?
Could be, I think. Could also be much more sinister.
What do you mean?
Well, it's perfectly possible that your loyalties could be divided. And you strike me as the sort of person who doesn't forget old friends.
I resent that.
I'm sorry, I was being malicious. Why do I always become obnoxious to people I care about? I am sorry, Avril. I suppose I'm slightly jealous.
It's all right, David. We're all a bit uptight at the moment, okay? I've been looking at directors who are actually shareholders. And it strikes me that any one of them could topple the bastion if they wanted to. Or so I imagine.
I doubt if James would vote against himself. Lindsay's almost a twin vote. They both started together at the same time, you know. They were in the Navy together. I would lay odds they will vote jointly.
So that leaves Barkworth. And yourself. You really don't know which way to jump, do you, David?
I want what's best for the company.
And for David Lloyd, I imagine.
I think I might have had a little too much wine. It was a delicious meal. Thank you for taking us, Tom. A really lovely, happy family occasion. Why don't we go into the sitting room and I'll make some coffee?
One thing's for sure, couldn't have eaten here. You really couldn't swing a cat, could you?
Where is the cat? I haven't seen her for days.
Took off as soon as they started to erect that marquee in the garden. Too many strangers.
Here you are. Thank you, darling. You look tired, Tom.
I think, Father, the bride's the easy part. You and Kate have put all the work into this.
Well, I've been in Southampton so much this week. Mum's had to do all the battles with the caterers and everything else besides. You rehearsed your speech here, Tom?
I'm going to stick to the incontrovertible facts that they're perfect for each other, but he's lucky to get her.
Oh, you take that jacket off. What about the best man speech?
Dad just pinched it.
Come on, then. Let's all go in and sit down.
Why don't we sit in here and open the rest of the presents?
This time of night? You must be joking. I'm here. Oh, Mother, did you get through to the florist eventually? Yes, I did.
Penny for them.
I was remembering your first day at school. Taking you. Leaving you.
I cried for hours.
I didn't feel too good about it. What a busy life we had in those days. Houses, boats, school, work. No chance to just sit back and enjoy it all. Still, I suppose it's the same for most people. Pity.
being sentimental. It was mostly dental appointments and noisy birthday parties. I hated it.
Come on. Tomorrow I take you to the altar.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Have you found it?
Found it!
Here she comes. Doesn't she look lovely? Oh, I forgot to ask you. Have you managed to shake off your client yet? Or are we going to be here again shortly?
Over my dead body.
Oh, I wouldn't place a bet on it. She's a very strong-minded woman, your client.
They've arrived.
Here she is.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God and in the face of this congregation to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony which is an honorable estate, instituted by God himself, signifying unto us the mystical union that is betwixt Christ and his church, which holy estate Christ adorned and beautified with his presence, and first miracle that he wrought in Cana of Galilee, and is commended in Holy Writ to be honorable among all men, and therefore is not by any to be enterprised, nor taken in hand unadvisedly, lightly, or wantonly.